Hey Facebook, how are you?
Hey guys.
We are here today. We got our real talk session in place right now, and our topic is what, Miss Felicia?
The honeymoon stage.
The
That's what a lot of people
honeymoon
have been
stage.
asking about. Keisha Washington was asking about the honeymoon stage. And here we are. We are live. We are ready to talk about it.
And I know my brother was supposed to join us, and he's gonna be mad once he sees that. Hey Stevenson, but this is a good topic. I know that I went on Google and I Googled a couple of articles, and the one that stuck out to us most that Felicia liked it, and it was off of Hello Giggles, and it was the 15.
Hey Steven.
I think it was the 15 ways or something like that you could tell that you're in about the honeymoon phase. Hold on, let me Google it. Felicia can talk to you all while I get that up.
Well, the honeymoon stage, you guys know, new relationships or rekindled flames. We all go through the honeymoon stage. In each relationship, every friendship, everything is like really lovely and over the top in the beginning, and then it just dies. So everybody wants to know what happens. What are you doing? Like, what happens after the flame is out?
And basically, that's when all the truth comes out. The guy probably is married, or the woman is married, or you find out that she doesn't have a college degree or a low credit score, or it's something that you find out that, she's lying about. So all of this goes in the honeymoon stage. They portray to be something that they are not,
right,
to get you to love them and like them. And once you fall in love, reality hits.
Just to
go ahead.
Touch on the topic. Laughing. So Stevenson and I and Natasha had a conversation about this prior to us recording today and going live today. And from a male's perspective of the honeymoon stage is he made a really good point. Stevenson made a really, really good point. As females, we tend to come into relationships and tell people exactly what we want and exactly what we're looking for and exactly what we need in our lives. And it makes it really easy for the guys because all they have to do is just pretend to be who you say you need in your life to get you.
Like they say, you talk too much. You never shut up.
Hey,
you talk too much. You never shut up.
So that's a lot of the honeymoon stage that we've experienced in our personal relationships, and a lot of things that we've researched online is that men tend to come in, men and women both, but women are more talkative to tell people what, because we're always vulnerable for love.
John Keith White said, no sure thing as a honeymoon stage.
Have you never experienced love or a lust? It is definitely a honeymoon stage. So,
but check this out.
I beg to differ.
There is a honeymoon stage. There's two things of honeymoon stage. You have the first honeymoon stage where abusers use if a person being in a domestic violence, and they keep on going back to the lover who's doing the domestic violence, and that lover who's the abuser, quote unquote, turns around and act like he's changed and he don't hit no more, or he don't do this, or she don't hit no more. And next thing you know, the woman goes back and he's giving her flowers, or she's giving him a Rolex or something, who knows. And then she turn around and slap the mess out of him again, or he turn around and hit her again. That's the honeymoon stage. Right. But this is a different type. We are basically talking about like in relationships. And if you go to, hold on. If you go to
help, the research queen. She researches. She's worse than my sister Tamika. She does all the research.
Yes.
I'm just pure experience. And she's experienced in research. So don't question her because she's gonna research it.
He said 32 years of marriage and still going on, and that is good. But there are some people out there that haven't made it. So you need to write a book, yes, Mr. John, about how
on as a guest,
yes,
Mr. John,
how to stay in a marriage so long.
32 years, and you're still going. So congratulations on that.
Yes, that is awesome.
Unlikely. I'm not gonna say it's unlikely, but it's almost unrealistic in the times that we are living in as the dating or single people. It's really, really hard to get people to commit and for people to be genuine in the beginning and throughout the relationship, because that trust is everything in a relationship. So if you're pretending to be somebody in the beginning and then 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 months in, your true self is coming out, it's really hard for most people to work through that. But most women are willing to work through a man's flaws, but men are not. Sometimes they turn out to just be terrible.
Exactly. Hey, Kiki. And but if you go to hellogilgles.com, there's an article that says 15 relationship things that happen once the honeymoon stage ends, and it's written by Laura Donovan. But it's an old article. It was in July the 10th It was written July the 10th. It was published July the 10th, 2016. And she gave 15 ways. You say you don't. The first 15. Excuse me, guys. Number 15 says, you don't need to be fantasy 24/7. How do you all feel about that? It says, no offense to Iggy Azalea, but being fancy isn't all it cracks up to be.
Which is true. Because I think with today's time, and the video vixens, and the slim waist, and the big butts, and the big breasts, and the makeup, and the hair, and everything, people feel like they're supposed to be a walking model all the time for the man.
Yeah.
That don't work.
And you don't
don't keep them either.
Especially when you go to the mall and you see them all hugged up and all of this stuff. We think that our relationships is supposed to be like that all the time, not knowing that we probably had a disagreement in the car, and it's okay to disagree. It's okay to have an argument, but it's just the fact of working through the arguments and all of this stuff and working through the person's flaws. And then number 14 says you're honest about restaurants you don't want to go to and foods you have no interest in trying.
That's women.
Yeah, that's us.
That's women. We will debate an argument. We will debate a restaurant up and down. I know I'm very picky about where I want to eat.
Yeah.
And what I want to eat.
Look,
but I'm always undecisive, and I think that's most women.
But look, when I go out on a date,
Earth's guys. Men hate that.
I don't eat anything. Like when I go on a date, I don't really eat. I probably eat a salad. I'll be so cheap and all of this stuff. So I don't eat. And I get my little water or whatnot. And then soon, like 6 months later, I order a whole menu, getting served the whole 9 yards. You ready?
Me personally, I believe that women are way more picky about where they want to eat. Who's cooking the food. They want to know everything.
Yes.
Look at Sophia.
Hey, Sophia.
This is what it's like when you got to bring your kids to work. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. Go back.
Say hey, blow kiss Sophia. Awesomeness.
Okay, tell everybody hi. Say hello. I'm Sophia, and I'm 3 years old. All right, Sophia, you got to go back with your brothers, okay? Okay.
Like, look.
What you mean?
And then the 13 said the sweatpants come out and the makeup takes a hike at least sometimes. And that's true too. The makeup do. Like, do you ever, and I don't want makeup, by the way. I don't want anybody to laugh or anything like that, but you remember how when did you start passing gas and stuff like that?
I don't even remember.
A lot of people, have you ever heard, like, if he starts in front of you, he loves you?
Everybody who knows me knows that I've been in a relationship with one particular person, he shall remain nameless, for a really, really long time. So, in between breaks, when we would have breakups and things like that, I've never been put in a situation where I had to pass gas in front of anybody.
You never been?
But I will do it in front of Brent in a heartbeat. I don't care.
Yeah?
No, I don't care.
You do it.
I do it all the time.
Some people don't do it. Like, I will hold it and get a cramp. Like,
no, I will not.
be by
myself. I have to go use the bathroom or something because there is no way I'm gonna pass out because I have a fart or you whatever.
So you a fart?
Yes.
So you a farter?
I mean, not in front of them, like not right.
You a farter?
Not right.
Are you a farter?
Not right in front of their face, you know, per se. But if I had to fart, yeah, I would probably say, "Can I go to the restroom, please?
I have to toot.
I have to use the restroom.
I have to toot.
I will make up something. I go in the closet. I will do something. I just know I'm not holding in farts. I'm sorry.
You're not holding in farts. I'm scared to,
nope.
You know.
That is the honeymoon. That is a big part of the honeymoon
stage.
Because you're still in the honeymoon stage if you can't fart in front of your mate.
Yes. Yes. Really, really, you can't really fart. But here's the next one.
1 second.
Well, hey guys, she's going to check on Sophie. Here's the next one I have for you all. It says, number 12, you're forced to be around each other after a disagreement, which we already covered because yes, you are basically got the yes, you do have to force yourself to talk things out and all of that good stuff. It's basically like when you first living with somebody and you know everything is like peaches and cream. I remember when I first moved out, I was rarely out of my parents' house and stuff and got my own. I couldn't wait to have a live-in boyfriend. You know, a lot of church in the word it says that is, you know, my parents always say shacking is not good and all of this stuff. I would like y'all opinion on that too about shacking and stuff. But in the honeymoon stage, everything is fine when you are in the house with them and all of this stuff. But when you have a disagreement, how do you all handle the disagreement? Like if he's mad about John said it's the wrong message, Felicia. Your cover page on Facebook was cut up jeans. Sometimes we all make poor choice. Fault talk. Next time, keep it real.
John,
I like it.
Let me get really real with you for a second. Cut up jeans has nothing to do with the woman's personality and morals and who she wants to be in life. So what I'm dressed like has nothing to do with who I am. And I never said that I had a problem finding anyone. We're up here for conversation. Now, if you don't like the conversation, you are more than welcome to get off the post. And now, I did give you props and say it was a good thing you were married for 32 years. But I'm not going to have anybody up here disrespecting or degrading me and what my choices are in my life. This is all for kicks and giggles, fun and games.
And I apologize, Mr. John, for basically talking about it, but we're just being down to earth with the people that is viewing and watching. I understand that you're talking about cut out up jeans, but that's
besides the point. That's completely pointless.
This is what some people prefer. This is the way they dress, but it doesn't have nothing to do with your mind. So I like the fact that you gave us your opinion. It's an opinion.
No, and for you to be married for 32 years, your wife must be a little slow.
No.
Yes.
No.
Have a good day, John. There's no way in the world you're going to tell a woman not to wear cut-up jeans because she's single. That's retarded. What world are you living in?
Yeah.
Because your wife must be a vegetable. And yes, I am being very disrespectful today.
Yes, you are.
And if you don't like it, you are more than welcome to jump off of this post and off of this page. I'm glad he did. Stay off. That's retarded. You telling me I'm not married or I'm single because I wear cut up jeans on my Facebook page? Well, what do you say to all the singers and stars in the world that come out with no clothes on, who are making millions of dollars to be half naked? None of that makes sense to me. I'm sorry, but we're gonna forget about John. John is gone. Next topic, please. Don't get up here being disrespectful. I don't do disrespect. You can come see me anytime you want. I don't do disrespect. Hello. Okay, next topic. John better go find his wife to play with because I ain't your wife.
No. But see, at the end of the day, you can't let, you know.
Oh, John, you're not getting to me, but I'm being real. So we're going to be real. Let's be real. Your wife must be an idiot. Point blank, period.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
We don't real
Come here,
talk.
Tony.
No, we can't just throw Tony on the bus now. Tony might not need to be here. We on Facebook Live doing our real talk.
Okay. So, number 11, you don't pretend everything is peachy all the time.
Nope. I'm a realist.
Yes, you
When
are.
something is wrong, I'm going to tell you it's wrong. You wrong. I'll be mad one minute and I'm over it the next.
Okay. And number 10, you can tell each other when you're not feeling so great.
Yeah, because I whine a lot.
I whine too.
I like to whine. It's fun.
Me too. I love to. I mean, I complain sometimes. I'm a complainer.
I'm a complainer. I'm a whiner. I'm spoiled. I like to have my way.
You do?
I'm rotten. I am. And I know it. And I don't think many people will be able to deal with me.
My dad told me that.
I don't like the word no.
Nah, that's
the biggest turn off to me is the word no. If we're in honeymoon stage, you tell me no.
You quit.
Next in line. I gotta move on because no is just not an option for me. You better tell me maybe. There's a possibility. You might say, well, Felicia, you know, maybe one day we can do that. Don't ever tell me no. I hate no.
Okay. We already did number 10. Number 9, you share more about your lives. Now that's true.
You do. And that's how people take advantage of it. You can share so much about yourself. Like I know with women, we tend to say, you know, well, so-and-so has hurt me before and I don't ever want to be hurt by that again. And you're thinking that the new person is going to be like, okay, well, you know, I don't want to hurt you like that. No, they just found a route to go around and do the same exact thing, if not worse. In most cases, not all cases. In most cases, they'll do the same thing that the person you told them did prior to.
It was basically
in a different way.
Saying when we all was at my house and that get together, how you basically we talk too much and the other person tries to live a life that we said that we dislike and they try to be. And I think you sent me a post with Steve Harvey saying the same thing. I need to pull that up.
Steve Harvey always gives out good advice. If we listen.
You have little fights. Now, this is the one right here. You remember when that teenage little girl,
I Miss Shirley.
You remember that teenage little girl that was fighting, the 18-year-old? And you remember you did the post on the 18-year-old little girl?
No.
Her and her boyfriend was fighting, but they was not fighting, and then they was tugging.
Oh, yeah. My boyfriend, NBA Youngboy. Yeah, that's my boyfriend. That's my boyfriend from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
He ain't my boyfriend right now.
And you
but maybe when he was a baby and I was a teenager, he was my boyfriend in my mind. Anyhow, him and his girlfriend got into a physical altercation and the world took it and blew it up as if it was something out of the norm. Mm-hmm. I've been in plenty of physical altercations. And anybody who knows me should know that. I've had plenty of altercations with, you know, a person in particular, and he never ever closed fist hit me or anything like that. I don't believe in that. But the tugging and the pulling, that's a part of growing up to me. I'm not saying it's normal. You don't have to agree with me because I really don't care. But what I'm saying is it's normal for most relationships to go through those stages where he may get a little physical with you. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to normalize it, because I have all the domestic people who have been domestically abused coming after me. What I'm saying is, when you are 16 and 17 and 18, you don't rationalize. You don't really think. It is a process to you. So when he was pulling on her, even though it was very physical, the way he was pulling on her. That's not abnormal for that type of relationship because they're both so young. He's really famous. He's making all of this money. She's along for the ride. And then a lot of times we always blame the man, but we don't know what that woman has done to provoke certain situations.
It's like Chris
because I know I'm physical.
Rihanna.
I'll slap you about 5 times and expect you not to hit me back. Because that's just women. We don't think that our licks hurt, number one. We don't think that you're ever gonna hit us back, number two. So after we hit you and knock you across your head about 10 times, when you finally shove us, we cry. We cry like we cry the damsel in distress. And then that's how the police get involved and CDV charges come about. It's not always like that, but in most cases, when it's that young, I never saw him. He didn't close his
Would
head.
you compare that to the Chris Brown and Rihanna case?
See, I don't know what happened with Chris Brown and Rihanna, but I'm dying to know. Chris, if you're out there listening.
You remember when they
Chris, if you're listening, Chris, and you want to come on our live talk session, which we're just locals from South Carolina, but I'm just saying, if you would like to come on our real talk session and discuss why you beat up Rihanna, we would love to know. I need you.
Exactly. But he's talking about Chris Brown.
I'm just saying. Y'all know we got a lot of discrepancies today. Forgive us. Hold on.
Well, that discuss. I mean, I don't want to say fighting is good though.
Fighting is never good.
Physical fighting is not good.
No.
I mean, when you feel that you're being in a place where you have to punch and hit each other,
That's too much.
leave each other alone. Just go ahead and do what you do.
Right.
Just go on about
We're too
your
old
business.
for that now.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're kids, when you're 16, you're 17, and that love is fresh, and neither one of y'all know what in the hell y'all doing, then yeah, like, that's normal. But as adults, we should be able to sit down and rationalize and talk through things without it ever getting to a physical level. Now me, the older me, would never, ever, ever raise my hand to hit somebody's child, or if I'm, put in a situation where it's getting to a physical altercation, I'm gonna walk away. For one, I've gained too much weight. I can't be fighting. I'll pass out. 2, I can't go sit behind nobody's jail cell. I can't do it. I can't go to jail. So I'm to a point now where I'm like, if the relationship is taking a turn for the worse and it's causing me to act out of character, it's definitely time for me to give it up.
But you also learn not to sweat the small stuff.
You learn not to sweat the small stuff?
Mm-hmm. You was just talking about that.
We were.
You joke about bodily functions.
Then you getting old?
Yes. And then you get tired, number 5. Yeah, you do get tired. There's times where you don't feel like going out or doing a lot of other things and you just don't want to do. Give me your opinion on that. You get tired. You don't want to do the things that you used to do.
Yeah, because there was a time where I needed to be seen all the time. Now I'm good with being home, Netflix, a movie. Most people, in fresh relationships, they like to go out to the movies and go out to eat. I'm cool with everything being in the house now.
And
that's in a relationship though.
You complain to your spouse more. I said that you cry and ugly cry in front of each other.
I do ugly cry.
Number 2, you don't worry.
Coming out my nose. Oh,
you
don't hurt my feelings. I'm gonna let you know you hurt my feelings, and I might even put on an extra cry just because you hurt my feelings.
You don't worry about, impressing the parents anymore. Like, how you used to put the pearls on for the mother.
I think that when it comes to that, I think like nowadays, nobody's really meeting the parents anymore because the parents are out trying to be youthful themselves. So a lot of times family isn't even family anymore. So people don't have to impress the family the way they used to.
And then the next one, last but not least, your love is real.
That's when you're done with the honeymoon stage.
When you know that
if you've been through all the other 14 stages, and you still survived. Y'all might be on to something.
Yes. And I like that part.
The fart part.
Well, Mr. John didn't like
part.
Mr. John didn't like fart.
I don't care what Mr. John. Mr. John don't ever have to come back to this page ever
you have
again
to say yes. But that was something curious in my mind. I wanted it to be more down to earth where a lot of people understand, because I know a lot of people don't like,
passing gas.
Because
I feel like if you can pass gas in front of your mate, that's gotta be some special attraction there, because
serious?
Have you smelled a grown man's fart?
I don't think.
You have got to love that man. After he passed gas in front of you, because you were passing out.
Oh my God! Hey y'all,
that's some love, honey. You gotta know it.
But hey guys, it's nice for you all to tune in to us, and we're gonna have a couple more. Thank you all for basically joining us today. I know Fee got some more sales going on here. I can fix that. Tell them about the iPhones.
Y'all know how to do iPhone screen repairs and everything. Y'all come see me for your needs.
And the
unlocking, the flashing, anything you need done for your phone, I can do. And Miss Natasha over here is being very modest about herself.
Yes, I am very modest.
She is the owner and CEO of a nonprofit organization. So that's dope, number one.
Yes.
Number two, before you die, make sure you get some life insurance.
Yes, come.
She can write your life insurance.
Come to 3332
West Palmetto.
Oh my God.
Don't be a burden on somebody when you die.
Exactly.
Because a person like me will cremate you for $300 and throw your ashes in the river if you leave here and leave me with no insurance money. I'm going to cremate you. I'm going to burn you up and throw you in the ocean, because that's where you need to be if you're walking around here every day with no life insurance. You need life insurance. And a lot of people have misconceptions about life insurance. We are all on this earth living to die. Everybody's going to die, period.
Exactly.
You don't know what time, you don't know what moment, you don't know what hour, you don't know what day. We are all going to leave here, though. That's one for sure thing. And then even with her policies, with most life insurance policies, you write yourself and you carry your children. Your children get added onto your policy for the same price as you're paying for yourself.
And then we actually take some of your money and we help you invest in your kids and all of this stuff. So everybody that's watching, if you do have family or whatever, I would like for you all to remember one thing: to take care of the senior citizen that is within you. As young as we are, we forget that we are getting old, and we still live like we are getting young. We don't have a 401k plan and all of this stuff, and things are getting real out there, y'all. So stay focused, and invest, and put your legacy. Think about your legacy, the whole 9 yards. And I will be tomorrow at 2:00 at the Darlington County Library in Darlington. Hopefully Felicia will be with me at 2:00.
We'll go live again.
Yes, we are going live. We're going to have a lot of people there. We have Jay, I don't want to pronounce his name, but Apostle Jay, he's going to be there. He got his own production from Charlotte, and he's looking for actors, singers, the whole 9 yards to start a play. So if you are down, may you please come to Darlington County Library in Darlington at 2:00, and we'll be in the conference area, and we are going to go live then too. And I always do the fruit of the spirit. And
hold on, before she gets started, any of y'all listening to this and y'all need life insurance, seriously contact her, because if you die before I die and somebody put a GoFundMe page up on Facebook for you, I'm not coming to your funeral. I'm not going to donate any money. Life insurance is super cheap. My policy is about $23 a month, and I've got well over $100,000 on myself and about $25,000 on each one of my children, and that's just one policy, and that's like $22 a month.
Yeah.
So it's super cheap.
And for the ones who say that I already have it on my job, I was thinking like you all. I already had it on my job until I was diagnosed with cancer, came out of my job. My job only let me do it for 6 months and had my health insurance and all of that for 6 months, $250, and then they transferred me to Kroger. So I lost everything. And now it's hard for me. That's why I want to tell you all this. It's hard for me to get insurance now. I have accidental life insurance, but I can't get the whole thing. So I want to tell you all to come here, call me, 309-6097, friend me on Facebook or whatever, inbox me and let me know about life insurance if you want to know, and I could come out and talk to you, or you could come here to the office and I could talk to you more about it and get your phone repaired at the same time. We have snacks in the bag.
Yes. The dollars and points, Bishopville. We got you surrounded, locked, covered. Just inbox us, call us. I can guarantee we can beat any price. And that's a promise. Okay?
And the fruit of the spirit, here I go, is joy. So this week we're going to think about joy. I don't know why I'm back on joy, but somebody out there needs joy. A lot of times we find ourselves in situations that causes us to have anger, and we need the peace and we need the joy to overcome that anger. And we have to find joy into situations that doesn't look right to us, that has a totally dull moment. So if you're feeling dull within yourself, find your joy. I would
call me, I'll find your joy for you.
Open up, read the Bible, or call her.
I'm joyful all the time.
Joyful all the time.
Even when I'm mad, I'm joyful.
Yes, and that's
because I'm laughing at myself.
Yes, that's what I like about you.
Myself in a heartbeat. I gotta tell you often I laugh about all the things I told you.
That's a joy moment, I guess. But take care. But always remember, find your joy. Anything else you would like to say?
No, I'm done. Until next time, you guys.
And see you all tomorrow. We're going to have Anthony, Aisha, Jay, Felicia. Everybody's going to be there at the Darlington Library. I am bringing refreshments. So, hey.
Join us at the Darlington Library tomorrow.
At 2 o'clock. If you could sing, if you could dance, even if you can model. Am I saying it right? You know, my dad's Haitian, so I can't really. I'm saying model. Help me out.
Haitian, no, she don't know English.
Model, tomato, tomato. But come out 2 o'clock. I'll be there. Thank you all.
Bye, y'all.